Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to MFY Yoga. In this video, I'm going to show you some dynamic yoga postures to improve your hip flexibility. This video is actually dedicated to my fiance, Marisa, who is a former soccer player and has very tight hips. So, like many men, she has tight hips. So in this video, I'm going to show you some fun, dynamic yoga postures to help with improving your hip flexibility. So Marisa likes moving a lot, and you might be like her and might have difficulty doing yoga postures because you're not moving and you want to move your body. So these poses that I'm going to show you are dynamic, so they are constantly moving, and so that's going to keep your mind occupied as you're doing this. But it's also going to help because we're still going to be working on your mobility, your flexibility, and your coordination. So let's get into the first exercise. The first one is a lunge and with some back bends here. So you're going to start in a high lunge, so just a basic lunge, knee over your ankle and your front foot, keeping your core tight, pressing down through your right hip so you feel your right glute engage, squeezing your back thigh so the knee is lifted, and then from here you're going to bend your left knee, keep your hips kind of coming straight down toward the ground, so not coming backward, not coming too far forward, but coming straight down, and then reaching your arms up and back as you do that to get a deeper stretch through your left hip. We're just going to keep doing that. So inhale right at the top, and then exhale, go back into the bend. Inhale back to the middle, back to center, exhaling, back bend. Dropping the knee, dropping the hips as you go. One more of these. Exhaling, going back. And then stand up. Let's go up and do a quick back bend, reach up. Exhale and fold, bend your knees, squeeze your chest toward your thighs, doing a crunch in a standing position. Half lift, pull forward. Exhale and fold, tightening your abs toward your thighs, and then stepping your right leg back, coming into a high lunge, left foot forward now. So again, driving down through your left heel, putting that weight in your left glute, in the hip, squeezing your right thigh to lift your knee away from the ground, and then squeezing your legs toward one another to engage the inner thighs and tighten your core. Again, ribs lift away from the hips. So, same thing as before. You're going to inhale to get ready, arms overhead. And then exhale to dip your right knee, bring your hips straight toward the ground, and reach up and back. Inhale back. Exhale into the back bend, knee coming toward the ground, chest lifting up and back, back bend. Come back to center. Exhale, back bend. Deepening the stretch through your right hip as you go. And then one more, back to the middle. Exhaling, back bend, knee coming down, hips straight down, core tight, chest back. And then stand back up, take a breath in, lift your arms up. Exhale and fold, forward fold. Squeeze your chest toward your thighs, look behind you, do that crunch. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. And then drop your hips, lift your arms up, come all the way back up into standing, and release your hands. All right. Now, we're going to do a wide stance position. Bring your block with you if you have one. If you don't need it. So wide stance position, toes turned slightly in, thighs squeezing toward one another. Turn your right foot to face out, bend into your right knee, place the block inside your right foot. So from here, we're going to do some transitioning, moving from a side angle to a triangle. And we're just going to kind of go back and forth with that. One breath, one movement. So kind of like it is a yoga flow. So you're going to have your right hand inside your right knee, your left arm straight up, and then take a big breath in here. And then exhale, start to straighten your right leg, maybe using your hand on the block for support. Inhale, come back to a side angle. Exhale, back to triangle. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, triangle. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep the left side of your body tight. So the only thing that's really changing here is your right leg. You're moving from a bent right leg to either straight or partially bent right leg, but the core stays tight, core stays neutral, and you are keeping that left side of the body in a straight line. Let's do one more here. Back to warrior two. Grab your block, straighten your right leg, turn it in, turn your left foot out, sink into a warrior two. Left leg forward now. Arms come out in opposite directions. And then bring your left hand inside your left knee, reach your right arm up, tightening the right side of your body, keeping those obliques, keeping the ribs drawn in, again, straight line. And then inhaling to straighten the, inhaling to maintain your position here, and then exhaling to straighten, or start to straighten your left leg. Inhaling back to side angle, exhaling to straighten. Inhaling side angle, exhaling, straightening. Keep your abs tight as you're doing this. Keep your gaze fixed on your right hand. This might also challenge your balance. Maybe you get a little bit deeper every time you do this. So last one, maybe sink a little bit deeper into the side angle. And then exhale into the triangle. And then back to a warrior two. And straighten your left leg, turn it in. Bring your feet back together. And then we're going to take it to the ground for the last one. And this is a dynamic pigeon. If you've seen all my videos, you haven't seen this before. So this is a new one. So what we're going to do here is shift from a pigeon on one side to a pigeon on another side. And you might not get all the way into it. And this is a pretty dynamic movement. So you might not be able to do it at first, but as you practice, you'll get better and it will be fun. So you're going to start in somewhat of a pigeon with your right leg, right? So getting the outside of the right thigh down, getting the inside of the right thigh facing up, and maybe your right heel somewhat in toward your groin. And then from here, you're going to do your best to crawl your left leg back as far as possible into a pigeon, maybe hanging out there for a couple seconds. And then you're going to shift to a pigeon without using your hands on the other side. So positioning the left leg first, left knee outside the left hip, left heel coming in toward the groin, and then doing your best to extend your right leg back and kind of moving into pigeon the best you can, making sure you're not putting any pressure on the knee, but keeping this in the hips, and then switching sides again. So we're just kind of going back and forth here, trying to get into pigeon without using your hands. So there's a lot of active hip mobility going on here. So you're using your hip, you're using your core strength to be able to do this. Keeping your core strength, keeping your core engaged so that you can keep your chest upright. And then also making sure that you're keeping your hip engaged so you're not leaving your knee unsupported. And again, we're just going to kind of shift back and forth here, spending maybe a couple minutes doing this. And being really careful with the knees as you're doing this. And maybe even trying to do this without your foot or your knee touching the ground. That's going to add another layer of difficulty to this. All right, and then let's go ahead and stop there. So there are your 3 exercises, dynamic yoga postures to improve your hip flexibility. So again, this video is dedicated to my fiance, Marisa, also a member of the MFY Yoga Launch Group, because we have a new MFY Yoga product coming out. We've got the Yoga Strong DVD coming out on Amazon on Saturday, April 7th. This is going to be at 40% savings for 3 days. So if you get on my Body by Yoga VIP list, you'll get info on that. You can join at manfulyoga.com/BBY-VIP. Link will be in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. We put out content like this, very helpful, useful, practical content on a very regular basis. Right now we're uploading about 3 or 4 videos a week. So putting out a lot of content, and all of it's stuff that you can immediately implement into your workout program. We also put out a lot of healthy lifestyle practices and things that you can use to get stronger and make healthier decisions. So make sure you comment if you have a question, like the video if you liked it, and share it with a friend if you found it useful. And Yoga Strong is coming out April 7th. If it's already past April 7th, go straight to manfulyoga.com/yoga-strong to learn more about the Yoga Strong DVD. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.